wouldn't think that in the midst of his busy life as a soldier, Jungkook is secretly still making big plans. Not just military training, but something that will make armies around the world excited. Comeback getting closer? Or is there another surprise we don't know about yet? Let's get to the bottom of it. Jungkook, the Golden Maknae of BTS, may be serving his mandatory military duty, but that doesn't mean he's completely out of music. The latest facts to emerge show that he is still actively channeling his creativity, even in the most unexpected situations. Before his enlistment, Jungkook made history with his hugely successful solo album, Golden. This album not only proved himself as a solid soloist, but also brought new colors to the global music industry. His songs, ranging from 7 to Standing Next to You, penetrated various international charts and made his name shine even brighter. But the curious thing is this all enough for Jungkook? Or does he still have something in store for the future? An idol of Jungkook's caliber obviously cannot be separated from music. From some reports and leaks that have emerged, there is speculation that Jungkook continues to write and work on his new songs during his time in the military. This is not the first time that a K-pop artist has remained productive despite being on state duty. Some of his seniors in the industry have also done the same using their free time to create new works. Jungkook, who is known to be a perfectionist and passionate about music, is most likely doing something similar. Interestingly, fans are starting to find some small clues. One of the most intriguing is the speculation that Jungkook is keeping in touch with his production team. Although there is no official confirmation, some insiders in the Korean music industry say that he is still jotting down music ideas and may even be working on drafts of new songs. If true, this could mean that after completing his military service, he could immediately return with a new music project without having to start from scratch. So, does this mean that Jungkook's comeback will be sooner than expected? If we look at the trend of some idols who have completed the draft, many of them immediately stepped on the gas with new projects. Jungkook, who has such a huge global fan base, could be doing the same. Just imagine, as soon as he finishes his military duty, he immediately releases a new song or even a new album. This would be a huge moment for ARMY and the K-pop industry as a whole. On the other hand, there is also the possibility that Jungkook is utilizing his time in the military to explore more of his artistic side. Before entering the military, he had expressed his desire to continue developing as a musician. It could be that he is experimenting with new genres or concepts that he has never tried before. This is not impossible, considering Jungkook always wants to give something fresh and unique in each of his works. Regardless of whether he is actually working on a new song or not, one thing is for sure: Jungkook will never lose the essence of his music. He is a true artist who always has something to offer. And with all the achievements he has made so far, whatever he prepares is bound to be something amazing. If indeed Jungkook is preparing something during his enlistment, then this could be one of the most anticipated comebacks in K-pop history. Given his track record as an artist who never half-asses his work, expectations for his next project will certainly be very high. Especially with the experiences and inspirations he may have gained during his time in the military, there is a high possibility that his music will undergo a more mature and meaningful evolution. It cannot be denied that the draft is a significant transition period for a K-pop idol. However, some idols who have already completed the WOML show that this period can actually be a time of reflection and artistic exploration. Take Taemin SHINee, G-Dragon Big Bang, and Zico Block B, who after returning from the draft immediately presented more mature and innovative works. Jungkook could follow suit and surprise the world with something completely new. One of the things that has fans even more excited is the potential collaborations that he may have been planning before his enlistment. As an artist who has worked with various international musicians, including Latto and Jack Harlow on Seven and DJ Snake, who teased a potential joint project, there's a good chance that Jungkook has some collaborative projects in the pipeline. In fact, some sources have mentioned that there is a possibility that he will collaborate with other big artists upon his return. If that's true, this could be a new breakthrough that would further cement his position as a global artist. Aside from the music side of things, there is another speculation growing among fans, which is the possibility that Jungkook will explore the world of production and songwriting more deeply. Previously, He has been involved in writing and producing some of his own songs, showing that he is not just a performer, but also a true musician who understands the essence of creating music from scratch. With more time for reflection during his enlistment, it's possible that Jungkook will re-emerge with a new approach to creating his own songs, perhaps with more songs that he actually wrote and produced in full. Interestingly, if Jungkook is actually writing songs during the draft, then there is a possibility that the music he creates will have deeper emotions. This period is certainly one of reflection, where an idol who is previously surrounded by the glitter of the stage suddenly has to live a simpler and more disciplined life. This can give her a new perspective that she can pour into lyrics and melodies that are more personal and heartfelt. Not only that, there is one other aspect that has also been the subject of speculation, which is the possibility that Jungkook will take a more experimental approach to his music. If we see how he dared to experiment in Golden with various genres from pop, R&B, to dance, there is a possibility that he will return with a bolder and different color of music. It could be that he explores more edgy genres, or perhaps takes inspiration from the music he listens to during his military service. Jungkook is known to be someone who is always hungry for renewal, so it wouldn't be surprising if he came back with something completely fresh and different. On the other hand, many fans are also wondering if Jungkook will do a solo tour after the draft. Seeing the overwhelming enthusiasm he got from the release of Golden, there is likely to be a lot of demand from different parts of the world for Jungkook's solo concert. If this does happen, then it could be one of the biggest tours ever undertaken by a K-pop soloist in history. However, there is also the possibility that Jungkook will take some time to rest after the draft before returning to the entertainment world. Some idols who complete the draft choose not to return to work immediately in order to recover physically and mentally. If this is what Jungkook chooses, it's certainly an understandable decision, considering how hard he has worked since his debut with BTS. But still, given Jungkook's passion and dedication to music, it's hard to imagine that he would really stay away from it for long. Furthermore, there are speculations that Jungkook might also be preparing something bigger than just a new album or single. It could be that he is planning a long-term project, such as a more in-depth concept album, a more cinematic visual project, or even a breakthrough in the music industry that has never been attempted before. Considering how he has always tried to give his fans more than just music, this is not impossible. Also, we can't forget the possibility that Jungkook will bring a stronger personal touch to his upcoming projects. With time to reflect during the draft, he might write more songs based on his personal experiences, presenting a more honest and emotional side of himself. This could be a turning point in his music career, a moment where Jungkook not only asserts his position as a global artist, but also as a storyteller who is able to tell his story through music in a more profound way. One thing's for sure, when that day comes when Jungkook finally returns to the stage and presents his latest work, the K-pop world will witness once again how Jungkook is not just returning, but truly changing the game. And for ARMY, it's not just about waiting for an idol to return, it's about waiting for the birth of a new era in Jungkook's journey that is more mature, more daring, and more incredible than ever.